Hello, this is Kraele, and welcome to the profile reading of Brawen Aderwen. Name, Brawen Aderwen. Age, 6400 plus. Sex, female. Race, vampire. Breed, Cobus Cube, parenthesis, daywalker/physic. Homeland, Egypt. Current living, England, Yorkshire. About her, she is a very old vampiress. She often dresses like a Victorian lady in a chorused and long flared outskirt. She often speaks in riddles, but to others she speaks of perfect sense of the night. History. The year is 4000 BC. Bra is human back then by the name of Rahima, meaning compassionate. She lives in the heart of Egypt, Cairo. She was found out in the open sands left alone. Some say she was a gift from their gods. Others say they just dumped her, not wanting her. She was taken in by a couple of Egyptians, razzing her up as one of their own. She never once asked about her past or where she came from. She was happy believing them to be her parents. She lived a happy, normal life till she turned 16 and was given the job of being a maid in the Royal Palace. King at the time was Ankiel, with Queen Akasha by his side. She sided to the king's every desire. She went up in the ranks pretty quick and became the king's right-hand girl by the time she was 17. She remained his right-hand girl till she got into her 20s, and she fell in love with one of the king and queen's soldier, one of the top rank protecting their kingdom. She kept going off to see him, Asim. The queen didn't like it one bit. She, queen's right-hand man, came and forced her into her bedroom, locking the door. Akasha sent Asim off to battle. She received a letter saying that Asim had died in battle. For days she screamed and cried for him. The king, her only true friend, stayed by her bedside. She felt warm and safe with him. She would give her life to protect him. When she turned 22, she heard tales of these red-headed twins, twin witches. She stayed by the king. When her queen asked for them to come to the place, Akasha looked down upon them and saw them as a disgrace. Like a Sakaf race also, the twins were imprisoned. She was interested by the twins, how they looked and acted, and by the fact of their twins. But she did as the king asked, and stay away from this. She watched as Cayman raped the girls. She was horrified by what she saw. She started to hate the queen for telling Cayman to do it, to them girls in front of everyone. One night, when the queen and king went out, she got very worried. To king, left without saying a word, out into the sands with the gods. She prayed to Ra to watch over their king, keep him safe from danger. But Ra was listening. When they returned, the queen was different. She had changed to this creature of the night, then fed only when the sun went down. The king came to her chamber one night, and told her that she will go with him and the queen. She heard him be turned that night. The night after, she was turned alogged with Cayman. She heard from Ankiel that she queen had ripped the eyes out her one of the twins and the tounge from the other, put them into separate coffins, and parted them. Akasha and Ankiel make of vampires, making an army of them, but the army of vampire turned on them and imprisoned the queen and king. Rahima was put into a metal cage away from Ankiel so she couldn't do anything. Her anger got her out. She killed towns and villagers trying to find them. When she did, he had lost his will to drink. Her face helped him. She drank his blood and helped him to sleep. She watched as they both turned to stone. 3000 BC. She moved them from the dead sands to their tomb. The Primerd made for them both when they died. There they lay to be cared for all time. She watched over their tomb, hiding in the background in the night, keeping away from her family. To them she was already dead. She altered discovered Asim was still alive and walking, but older different. She watched over him, and watched him die, along with the rest of her family. She cared for the king and queen, till she went off on a journey. 46 BC. The king and queen were placed into the sunlight, causing the younger, weaker vampires everywhere burning. She was in France when she fell to her knees, feeling her blood boiling, burning, but being born with psychic powers, and overcame it, helping her to walk in daylight. The king and queen are then moved to Antioch out of Egypt. She disappears for centuries, hiding in England. In Scotland she earns her name of Brawen Aderwen by an old witch doctor, whom later dies of heart disease. 1985. She hears the music from this creature Lestat. She follows him and finds everything out to do with him, fascinated by his doings, through a little angry for reviling themselves to rationally to the world. In her heart she feels a sudden pain, knowing instantly that her beloved king was killed. She suck forth to find out the truth. She saw the king slain still on his throne, with the queen missing. She goes to San Francisco to watch Lestat's concert, but remains hidden in the background, unawares that the Twizen were there. She watched as she saw the queen appear. She watched as the all girthed up the ones impult to destroy the queen. Macaire drank the last of the queen's blood and became her new queen, and the new queen of the damned. She remained in England, where she lived to this day. She watched over the world, watching humans change and sew up new things. She started to like the new alternative goth scene of bands such as Nightwish, Evanescence, and Within Temptation. Thus ends the history. Her theme song is Nightwish, Bless the Killed, Evanescence, Snow White Queen. This has been Kraele. I hope you've enjoyed this profile reading.